Travel back in time to the lunchrooms of the 90s, where trading snacks was an art and the coolest kid had Lunchables. Let's see if you remember these vintage and discontinued Lunchables from the 1990s. All-Star burgers and hot dogs. Anyone else remember those iconic claymation commercials by Oscar Mayer? That kid turning up his nose at the very idea of egg salad, declaring, "Dad, we need an All-Star lunch." It's a classic. The All-Star burgers had 2 patties paired with 2 buns. As for the All-Star hot dogs, you'd get 3 hot dogs with 3 buns. And each package came with a full-size can of soda. Granted, they probably weren't the healthiest of choices. Most Lunchables of that era were more about the fun than the nutritional content. But hey, eating them was an experience in itself. However, they weren't universally loved, and these Lunchables were eventually phased out. It's a bit of a bummer that there are no burger variants in the Lunchables line today, though you can still snag the Lunchables mini hot dogs. Chips Ahoy Soft Cookie and Frosting Fun Pack. The Lunchables Fun Snack line ran from the late 90s to the early 2000s. One of the standout items from the lineup was the collaboration with Chips Ahoy, the Soft Cookie and Frosting Pack. As enticing as it sounds, this snack kit offered a sizable chocolate chip cookie, accompanied by a tub of creamy white frosting and a sprinkle of colorful candy sprinkles. The S'mores Fun Snacks. Instead of squeezing s'mores into the usual box, they dedicated a whole pack to it. You got graham crackers, marshmallow frosting, and chocolate chips. They even added a spreading tool, which many of us think should come back. What made this pack special was the ability to customize. Want extra frosting? Go for it. More chocolate chips? No problem. While it wasn't the campfire s'mores we grew up with, it did the trick for a quick snack. It's unclear why they stopped producing them, but they've offered a similar treat, the S'mores Dippers. It's got the same frosting and chocolate chips, but swaps the cracker for a dipping stick. Not the original, but a decent stand-in. Mini Burgers. These delightful bite-sized treats comprised 2 tiny patties, which when sandwiched between 2 petite buns and topped with those mini packages of mustard and ketchup, created a sensation of hosting a mini cookout right there and then. The experience was rounded off with that classic Lunchables companion, a Capri Sun in fruit punch flavor. The Waffle. These weren't just ordinary waffles, they were strips of waffles, meticulously crafted for maximum dipping pleasure. Topped with that packet of maple syrup or icing, they were a morning delight. And let's not forget those sausage patties, the refreshing orange juice, and that quintessential cereal bar, all housed in that signature yellow box. Describing it as a breakfast buffet on the go wouldn't be an exaggeration. Lunchables with pudding. In 1993, Lunchables decided to sweeten the deal for kids everywhere by introducing a version that came with a treat everyone loves: pudding. The product was available in several varieties, including ham and cheese, turkey and cheese, and pizza. Mini Tacos. It's fascinating how one brand can produce a variety of takes on a singular concept and receive such diverse reactions. While they've tried their hands at different styles over the decades, it's Lunchables Mini Tacos that truly captured our hearts and taste buds. Make your own pizza. A culinary rite of passage for many a kid, these weren't just any pizza. They were little canvases of culinary creativity packed neatly into a box. Offering a unique chance to play chef during lunchtime, each kit presented perfectly portioned crusts, waiting to be adorned with tangy sauce, stretchy cheese, and spicy rounds of pepperoni. The magic wasn't just in the taste, but in the act of assembling itself. The smearing of the sauce, the sprinkling of the cheese, and the strategic placement of the pepperoni. Every step was a little journey of discovery. Was it a piping hot, wood-fired slice of Italian heaven? Not exactly. But was it a delightful, interactive experience that made lunchtimes memorable and made kids feel like accomplished pizza chefs? Absolutely. Marshmallow Crispy Square Fun Snacks. The Marshmallow Crispy Square Fun Snacks from Lunchables might not ring a bell for everyone, but for those who remember, it was a delightful treat. It was essentially a square base, much like a Rice Krispies treat that you would cover with marshmallow frosting and add sprinkles to. The hands-on aspect of this snack made it engaging and fun, even if it was a bit messy. However, despite its novelty, the Marshmallow Crispy Square seemed to have faded from memory. With limited information available about it today, one might wonder if it was a limited edition or just didn't gain widespread popularity. Whatever the reason, it's clear that it didn't make as lasting an impression as some of the other Lunchable offerings. Today's Lunchable lineup doesn't offer anything quite like the Marshmallow Crispy Square. The closest relative might be the Cookie Dunks, but they aren't an exact match. Nonetheless, fans of the crispy marshmallow concept can still find solace in the ever-present Rice Krispies treat on grocery store shelves. The maxed-out deep dish pizza. This Lunchable was a step up from the regular pizza kit. It was a thicker, more indulgent affair, staying true to its deep dish claim, with a soft crust, ready to hold a generous helping of sauce, topped with gooey mozzarella cheese and zesty pepperoni slices. This was a meal in itself. And let's not forget the drink evolution. Originally accompanied by a cola, it made a transition to spring water, adding a refreshing touch to the meal. Lunchables for grown-ups. In 1993, Oscar Mayer decided to shake things up a bit with their iconic Lunchables line. They thought, why should kids have all the fun? And introduced Lunchables for grown-ups. With a confident tagline, all new, all grown up, it was clear they were trying to appeal to the adult crowd. The offerings were upscale and seemed tantalizing. Deli-thin, broad-sliced meats, a touch of creamy herbed cheese, paired with crisp crackers, and for that sweet craving, luscious mint chocolate. You could almost imagine grown-ups trading bits of their meal during a work lunch break just like kids in the school cafeteria. 4 distinct varieties ensured that there was something to tickle every mature taste bud, but for all its ambitious intent, the product sadly didn't resonate as expected. Maybe adults weren't ready to revisit their lunchbox days, or perhaps the brand was too closely associated with childhood memories. Whatever the reason, the grown-up version of Lunchables eventually got shelved and haven't been back to this day. Chicken Dunks. What kind of chicken nuggets taste like nothing but the sauce you dunk it in? The Lunchables kind, apparently. Every chicken nugget is a good chicken nugget in my book, but I'm docking points because it only came with ketchup. The American public deserves barbecue sauce at the very least. But some critics, mainly in the younger demographic, were taken aback by the idea of munching on cold chicken. And then there were the adults, parents raising eyebrows at the nutritional value and wishing for a healthier variant for their children. But perhaps the most debated aspect was the sauce. For a nugget's true potential to shine, the sauce plays an instrumental role. And while ketchup is a classic, the absence of options like barbecue sauce left a feeling of something missing. After all, variety is the spice of life, and when it comes to dunking those chicken pieces, a little more choice would have gone a long way. Pizza and Treatza. To say they were iconic would be an understatement. This package was the pinnacle of lunchtime luxury for many kids. The joy of assembling a pizza followed by the fun of crafting a dessert pizza? It was like hitting the lunchbox jackpot. Starting with the savory, kids were handed the reins to their pizza destiny. The crust, petite and soft, were the perfect canvas. The sauce was tangy and rich, setting the stage for the subsequent layers, a generous sprinkle of mozzarella, and for those who had the pepperoni version, a scattering of mini pepperonis completed the picture. There was a certain thrill in deciding just how much cheese to use, or strategically placing each pepperoni slice. It felt less like lunch and more like art class. But the piece de resistance was without a doubt the Treatza. The dessert crust awaited its sweet transformation. The rich chocolate frosting, a delightful contrast to the savory sauce from the pizza, spread smoothly over the base. And those candy toppings? Like little jewels, they added pops of color and taste. Each Treatza was unique, reflecting the creativity of its young chef, and once assembled, the feeling of satisfaction was unmatched. Pizza Dunks. Lunchables' pizza range has always been a nostalgic favorite, with so many varieties like pizza with pepperoni, extra cheese pizza, and the delightful deep dish pizza with pepperoni. It's clear that Lunchables knows its pizza game. Yet amidst the pizza plethora, one variant stands out in memory and is deeply missed: the Pizza Dunks. The beauty of Pizza Dunks was in their straightforward design. No assembly, no mess, just pure dipping delight. While many of the present-day offerings ask for a little hands-on assembly, which can be fun but also a tad messy, especially on the go, Pizza Dunks provided a simpler experience. It was just about grabbing that breadstick, immersing it in the sauce, and enjoying it. No fuss, no muss. Let's be honest, there's something uniquely satisfying about dunking food. Maybe it's the tactical joy, or the ability to control the sauce-to-bread ratio with each dip. Plus, in situations where assembling a mini pizza isn't feasible, think a moving car or a quick break between classes, pizza dunks were the perfect solution. Of course, the current lineup of Lunchables pizzas is fantastic in its own right, offering a mini DIY culinary experience. But sometimes you just crave the effortless pleasure that comes with those dippable sticks. Here's to hoping the brand might consider a delightful, dunkable comeback. So, which of these vintage Lunchables from the 90s used to be your favorite while growing up? Let us know in the comments below. But that's all for today. See ya!